Yeah, thank you, Swati ji. Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Minister Industries, other dignitaries on the dais, the business delegates present here, and the media representatives. I welcome you all in the first curtain raiser roadshow investor summit event in the Mumbai. Thanks a lot for all of you in joining in such a large number and with such a big enthusiasm. My presentation today would be focused primarily on the transformative journey which the state of Rajasthan under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister envisions for the next period of 5 years. To give a brief snapshot, Rajasthan is a vibrant and sizable economy having GSDP of roughly around $180 billion, and in the last fiscal it grew at a rate of 12%, which is much higher than the majority of the states of the country and higher than the national average growth of the country's GDP. We are the second largest producer of minerals in the country when you calculate in terms of the actual value added into the economy. We are the largest producers of mustard, millets, spices, and medicinal crops. And the sectoral breakup of this whole growth is pretty balanced, particularly when you consider the service sector and the industry sector. And this sectoral breakup helps us in strategizing that what are the areas where we should be focusing more in terms of policy interventions, or maybe in terms of the regulatory framework which is needed, or in terms of the ease of doing business interventions which are needed in the state. So, what is Rising Rajasthan? So, the Rising Rajasthan is as per the announcement in the manifesto which has been adopted as a policy guideline by the state government, is to double the size of the economy in the next 5 years period. That is from $180 billion. We plan to take the economy to $350 billion, and this journey of transformation is what Rising Rajasthan is. So Rising Rajasthan is simply not a single event. It is not an event for like the 9th, 10th and 11th of December 2024. It is only one milestone which would be in the month of December 2024. There would be series of events and series of initiatives, because we understand if we have to add another Viksit Rajasthan to the mission of Viksit Bharat, that is to say, to double the size of the economy, there is a need of transformation of the state into a thriving engine of economic growth. So, how to do that? So, my majority of the presentation will be focused on this particular aspect. There has to be some kind of strategy. Simply saying that we'll double the size of economy in the next period of 5 years would appear that many states are talking about this. But when we talk about Rising Rajasthan, there is a very clear-cut strategy and roadmap. And the idea is that for any business or industry to survive or to thrive or to grow in the state, both the existing and establishing of the new industrial units, there are broadly 6 drivers of growth. So one is like the access and proximity to the market. Second is the supporting industrial infrastructure which the state is able to provide. Third is the conducive enabling environment, like we talk about governance and the change in regulatory framework. Fourth is the robust industrial ecosystem. And fifth is access to talent. We talk quite a lot about skill and youth and employment and entrepreneurship. And the last one is ease of doing business. So these are drivers of growth which all my colleague business delegates and the business representatives and industrialists who are sitting here, they know. So our strategy is to translate these drivers of growth into the competitive advantage for the state of Rajasthan, so that we can achieve the objective of Viksit Rajasthan through Rising Rajasthan. And we expect all industry members who are present here and who are watching this show live to become partners into it. So those three growth drivers get translated into why they are the competitive advantages. So the competitive advantage, broadly, the six key fundamental parameters are the strategic location and connectivity advantage of the state, the infrastructure advantage, what we have done so far and what we are planning to do in the future, the policy advantage, the ecosystem advantage, skill and talent, and the institutional advantage. So I'll try to walk you through all these six broad competitive advantage which Rajasthan has and which will force you to think about Rajasthan as your next investment destination. So the first is strategic location and connectivity. Rajasthan is a gateway to almost 40% of the India's overall market because of the location, strategic location which Rajasthan has. So it borders around 6 big states and there is a strong network of connectivity, infrastructure and logistics. So Rajasthan has access to 40% of India's overall market and around 25% of the country's major demand magnet, that is NCR, it falls in the state of Rajasthan. So there is a huge opportunity which lies there. So, and when we talk about connectivity and logistics, we understand that the efficient trade routes and logistics, they provide immense potential for business growth. And when you talk about Rajasthan, so around 50% of the influence zone of Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor falls in Rajasthan. Around 40% of the Western Dedicated Freight Corridor passes through the state of Rajasthan, where roughly around like 80 to 90,000 crore rupees have been invested by Government of India. We have the second largest rail network. We have the third largest road network. Roughly around 50 major national highways pass through the state. We have 7 airports, 9 ICDs, 1 MMLP in operation and 6 new MMLPs, multimodal logistic parks, which are coming up. So now coming to the second competitive advantage, which is the infrastructure advantage. We not exactly, I would say that claim, but there is a lot of evidence that Rajasthan provides world-class infrastructure in several sectors. So apart from having 415 industrial areas and 92,000 acres of land, we have got 30 sector-specific parks. They cater to the specific needs of each sector in terms of infrastructure and enabling them in doing their business efficiently and with ease. And the evidence which I was talking about is that out of the 41 industrial parks which have been rated into the leaders category by Government of India, 17 fall in the state of Rajasthan. So out of 41 in whole of the country, we have those 17 industrial parks which are in the leaders category under the Industrial Park Ranking System 2.0, which is issued by DPIIT. And Rajasthan has been a pioneer in creating international and global collaborations, like the Japanese zone at Nimrana. So it is one of its own kind, and after that, number of states on directions of Government of India and on their own volition, they have taken up the similar concept. Now, this was what we have. So what we have to offer to you. So I would say that we are ready for the future, and under the directions of our Honorable Chief Minister and his guidance, we are developing broadly 5 major industrial parks which will be having plug and play infrastructure facilities in Rajasthan. The details of these parks and other further details have been provided into the three different set of brochures which have been provided to you in the kit during the time of registration. So there are a lot of details. The sector covers like apparel, agro and food, IT, ITS, then auto and electric vehicles, ceramic and glass. So these would be under plug and play capacity. These projects are pipeline. So there is a big opportunity for the industry and business houses to think about these areas and come and get in touch with us if we can facilitate more for the new investments. Furthermore, Rajasthan is now also thinking about having private partnerships in infrastructure development, particularly the industrial park related infrastructure development. So we offer a unique blend of robust existing infrastructure, the innovative initiatives like private participation and strong global partnerships. Our third competitive advantage is about policy. So as we all know, sitting here, there are a lot of people who are from Rajasthan and have earned a big name in the world of business. So Rajasthan since long had been constrained and constricted by several geoclimatic reasons. So the growth was slow like decades ago. But it is the strong policy advantage of the state of Rajasthan, because of which we have been able to do wonders in a number of areas. So the policy advantage, this is the current framework of strong policy structure which we have in Rajasthan, and these policies are quite attractive and robust, and the policy formulation mechanism which we adopt is mostly on the basis of the evidence, having discussions with the stakeholders, or what the consultants normally called as the informed policy formulation. So we believe in that, and it varies from like MSMEs and fiscal incentives and tourism unit policy, handicrafts. So there is a very broad spectrum. But as I had mentioned in the beginning, that if we are talking about doubling that size of economy, if we are talking about what has to be the strategy behind rising Rajasthan, so this existing framework, we found that it is not enough, and we needed a complete policy reboot. And how this policy reboot is going to happen? So the overall structure, I will try to explain it in brief, that on the left hand side you will see there are two overarching policies, the industrial policy and the MSME policy. What we are doing is that these two policies would determine the guiding principles for whole of the policy ecosystem of the state. And in the second column you see there are 9 set of new policies which have been worked out, and in more than half we have done the stakeholder consultation. They would be very soon released, but the basic features are again available in the brochures which we have provided you. So it expands to areas like private industrial parks and logistics and export promotion and integrated cluster development and ODOP and textile and apparels and data center, skill employment, entrepreneurship and tourism policy as well. And then these policies certainly cover more than fiscal incentives. But what we have done is we have accumulated all set of fiscal incentives into the last column, that is the third column, which is the investment promotion scheme. So there would be new, very exciting and interesting provisions which would be coming in this new policy as well. Fourth point is, which is the third last one, is the ecosystem advantage. As someone said that, what is the business ecosystem? Business ecosystem, so the theme under which we work when we plan a future roadmap, making ecosystem as an advantage, competitive advantage for the state of Rajasthan. So what happens in a business ecosystem is that the constituents, they interact with each other and they compete with each other, not to destroy each other, but to create more value. So what is the ecosystem scenario in the state of Rajasthan? So our industrial ecosystem is supported by all who's and who, like national and best of the national and global brands. So like may it be auto sector, energy, mines and minerals, petrochemical, textile, cement, ESDM, electrical, IT and enabled services, and tourism as well. So these are not only our brand ambassadors, they all are located in Rajasthan. These are not only our brand ambassadors, but they have been able to create a kind of industrial efficiency and enhancement in productivity of the other downstream industries which are coming up in the value chain. So we sell it as one of our competitive advantage. But then again, next, what we are doing in Rising Rajasthan, as I said, that we require high growth to achieve that target of doubling the size of economy in next period of 5 years. So here are the opportunity horizons. So I think these two slides, this one and the next one, would be the most interesting slides for the business houses and the investors who are wanting to come into the state and make investments, because we understand, when we interact with you, we understand that the disruptions, maybe business disruptions, or maybe the geopolitical disruptions, or maybe disruptions like climate change, they are affecting the businesses, they are affecting the large industries, they are affecting the small industries, they are affecting the medium industries. So the idea is that if these kinds of disruptions in the 21st century are forcing the industries to transform and change, then we are wanting to become part of this transformation and change along with our industry partners. And we have identified 6 broad areas where there are future opportunities, and the policy framework which I just explained few slides before broadly revolve around these 6 areas. It is like green transition. We are not only talking about RE generation. Now we talk about battery, grid-based battery storage manufacturing. We talk about RE manufacturing, both in the solar and wind part. We talk about green hydrogen. We are also, like, in some of the MOUs, we were very excited to see that we received the MOUs even in areas like battery manufacturing in the state of Rajasthan. Second is the future mobility, electric vehicles and the related components, and then the digital transition, which is also impacting both large and medium industry in a big way. Then the fourth is petrochemical. As you are aware that roughly more than around 75,000 crore rupees of investment is coming in Pachpadra in Western Rajasthan in the HRRL new refinery. So there would be whole set of downstream petrochemical based industries which will be coming up in the states. So there is a big opportunity, and we are talking about not only general category of industry. So we are talking about like specialty chemicals. In minerals, we are talking about and thinking about rare earth minerals. We are thinking about new technologies and investments about mineral processing. And then certainly resilience is a big issue in the new world of transition, where the small and medium industries are facing a lot of challenges. So there is a big growth and investment opportunity even in that area. Second last is the skill and talent advantage. So I'll try to be a little brief in this particular section. Skilled human resource enhances the productivity and competitiveness of the industry. So that is the sole idea behind what actually the skill development should be like, what actually should be the focus on entrepreneur should be like. And our institutes of national excellence are the formation grounds for future talents. So I would briefly throw some light on the something we are doing to totally revolutionize the vocational training. And our focus here again is on future oriented sectors. And as a major step, we are partnering with our both the national and global original equipment manufacturers for the 150 ITIs, 50 polytechnics, and creating 6 new common engineering facilitation centers. And the skill employment and entrepreneurship policy 2024, I would only want to highlight is that we understand the nexus, positive nexus between skill employment and entrepreneurship. And our idea is to skill, provide employment, but then take that particular individual to the level of entrepreneurship so that he is or she is able to begin his own enterprise. And the last point is like because you cannot complete your presentation when you talk about investments and business without EODB. So only three small things. Rajasthan is one of the pioneer states, and in last 2-3 months, we have completely digitized our land assets in industrial parks which are owned and managed by RICO. And it is totally GIS enabled. There is a mobile application for it. And if now the investor is wanting to digitally express interest that I want this particular piece of plot in this area, in this industrial park, that facilitation is there. It will automatically go into the most appropriate route, whether it is direct allotment or maybe it is kind of auction if it has to go for. We are one of the few states which has totally brought in sync our single window clearance system with the national single window clearance system of Government of India. So that has helped us in amalgamating and bringing in synchronicity around 120 services of the 14 departments. And our online MOU facilitation page, I have been receiving a lot of good feedback about it. And the success is that we have thus far received around 6.5 lakh crores of investment MOUs. And I am further glad to sort of announce that this particular MOU facilitation page, which was launched by Honorable Chief Minister on 1st of August 2024, will be used as a central investment tracking and monitoring portal for finally grounding down the MOUs which we would be signing in this period of Rising Rajasthan Summit. So I would in the end come back to my previous slide that it is Rising Rajasthan and these 6 competitive advantages which are somewhere somehow very deeply connected with the growth drivers of the state economy. So build on these advantages and be a part of Rising Rajasthan. And before I end, I would want to take you through a very short film on Rising Rajasthan, which will depict more in realism than what I have presented it on the slides. Thanks a lot for having patience in listening. Thank you so much.